We will now move on to numbers and routing. Numbers and routing refers to mostly external numbers that are used in regards to Touch Technology service. Begin with caller ID numbers. These are numbers that have been provided by administrators for all end users to use as their caller ID. As standard, end users will have any number included in here and their DDI. So if, for example, there is an 08 number or 03 number that you wish to provide to end users to use as caller ID, I can simply select the plus button and add a new entry. I can remove any entries from in here, and user will simply default to their DDI. I can choose to search for the results, or also use the information button. Next is number routing. Number routing is all about the external DDI numbers on the platform. This will provide a list of all external DDI numbers. In here, we can see the current numbers, their area code, when they were last edited, and if they are currently routed anywhere. By selecting more, I get some additional options. I can choose to enact public holiday routing, and if so, which bank holidays I wish it to pay attention to. On the bank holidays that are publicly available and publicly known for that territory, I can choose if I want to route the calls to a separate location to normal. For example, may go directly to voicemail. In addition, I can choose to use time-based routing, predominantly used for out-of-hours routing when the office is closed. So for example, on Monday to Friday, between midnight and 8:59, I may choose for all calls to go to voicemail. I can then choose to add an additional option, again saying Monday to Friday, from 1700 to midnight. This will mean that between the midnight and 08:59 and between 5 o'clock and midnight, all calls will automatically go to voicemail, whereas at all other times it will ring on my extension as I anticipate it and desire it to do so. In addition, I may have one-off events I want to have override routing for. I can choose to add a particular month, particular dates, a particular time, and potentially even repeating weekdays to have special routing. Is also in here, we will link the DDI to a set location. This is important as this is the postcode that will appear when the emergency services are called. If you wish to search for the DDI numbers that are on the list, or choose to filter them, there are options for these in the bottom left hand corner. From here, we'll return to the menu and go to public holidays. In the number routing page, we saw these two options that were available. We can choose to edit the bank holidays, or at least list them to see what they are. And in addition, can add additional public bank holidays. This is to be flexible for international requirements, and also to add specific ones such as Northern Ireland, Scotland, or England and Wales. Once one has been added, I can choose to add the dates and give the reason for that date as well. Next, we'll look at blocked numbers. These are numbers that have been added to a blacklist and are unable to return calls back to the company. For example, if you have nuisance sales callers or just nuisance callers in general, you can choose to click the plus button, add their number and a reason for their blocking. It will then add the date automatically and provide an action where I can choose to remove them from the blacklist should they have been put on there for the wrong reason. I also have the option to search through those blocked numbers. The Ivr menu provides you access to create and edit IVRs, also known as auto attendants. Here we can see the extension number, the name, and any associated DDI numbers on this particular IVR. To edit, I can click the settings cog on the right hand side. Once in here, I can look at what recording file is being used. I can choose to listen back to that recording file on any of these extensions, or to download it. It will show any current DDIs. They can be removed by clicking the black X. I can add additional DDIs if some are available. And I have some options about how the IVR will work. If the option for none is selected, then this is simply going to use the IVR as a way of playing a pre-recorded message, such as your calls are being recorded. Once it's played the audio message, you can choose where you want it onwards route to. Next is the traditional menu IVR. In here we can denote what will happen when there are certain key presses by the caller. For example, option 0 is going to the queue for customer service, option 1 is going for the queue for service desk, etc. All of these are editable by clicking the drop down menu and choosing what type of endpoint I wish to point it towards. And based on the selection in the top drop down menu, I then get additional options in the bottom drop down menu. At the bottom I have options for hash and star, and also what happens if someone presses an invalid or unallocated key. Finally, an auto attendant can be used to allow callers to type in the extension number, conference room number or ring group number of the people or persons they wish to get in contact with. Again, if no keys are selected, you can choose where you want those calls to be terminated to. In the bottom left hand corner, we have the options to search, sort and create new IVRs. Before creating a new IVR, you will need to go to the IVR recording section and upload your recording. It's to this page we will now navigate. IVR recordings are sound files that can be used for IVR auto attendants. When you first enter, it will show you some generic messages that don't relate specifically to IVRs. What you will need to do, therefore, is click the plus button, give your recording a name, and either choose to record your IVR greeting from one of your extension numbers, or choose to upload the file. This must be in .wav format.